I just spent the majority of this past week in Denver at the ISTE conference, and one of the reasons I went there was to present a poster session on iTeach Mobile. And it occurred to me that I haven't really shared a whole lot about iTeach Mobile in this space, in my weekly tech tips, and I certainly haven't done a whole lot of work at my current school district, East Metro Integration District in St. Paul. iTeach Mobile was a project that was started in Goodhue, Minnesota, with an NEA Foundation grant, where we were able to purchase 22 iPod Touches for 22 teachers in that district, who then participated in a year-long PLC exploring the use of mobile devices in the classroom. We coupled that PLC with an online social network that we created called iTeach Mobile, where teachers would also monthly be asked to participate in forum discussions, share resources, share videos they find, and share lesson plans. And what we found was, by doing this, by coupling a social network with a PLC, it engaged more people were more engaged with the PLC, partially because allowing other people outside of our school district to come join us in our exploration via the social network put a microscope on their work, providing some motivation to keep going with this exploration of ways to integrate mobile technologies in the classroom. And it also engaged participants who wouldn't engage the same way face-to-face as they might online. So some people prefer to have time to reflect and think before they respond, as you would in a forum discussion. This became a really powerful way of engaging more people than we would just with face-to-face sessions. So iTeach Mobile is a site that anyone can join if you're interested in exploring potential uses of these applications. And I will share this presentation. This is a jog the web that I use at ISTE for my poster session. There's a number of other free social networking tools that you can use to create, if you wanted to create your own social network for your own PLC in your school. We started with Ning, and we moved to groups, just because Ning had changed some of their features and pricing. Groups is free, and it does everything that we want it to do. So the next few slides in this presentation are different iPod apps, and I'm going to go ahead and skip over those. But if you are interested, you can certainly go and explore those on your own. I'm skipping those just because at East Metro we don't really have iPods for formally for our staff or our students. We will probably in the future, but that's for another session. What I really want to talk about today is cell phones. So one of the types of sites that we found that worked really well with cell phones were these free online services for text messaging. I don't text message, but I know a lot of my students do. Or a lot of our students do. And what these websites do, like for instance World Texting, Swaggle, and Text Blaster, is they allow you to set up groups of people. So if you have a group of, let's say you have 25 students in your classroom, you can add their 25 cell phone numbers, and you can send them text messages from your laptop or from your computer. And you can do this for free. And they can send you text messages back to your account on one of these three services. So you can have conversations back and forth, or send communication back and forth via text message from your computer to the students' cell phones. This was very useful for some project work, also for sending out reminders about homework or other school events. There's really quite a number of applications you can use this for. I first got introduced to this about 4 years ago when my students introduced this to me as a way to engage them with the cell phones and turn them into something that wasn't a distraction. So as long as you were engaging the students with the tool, they weren't using the tool for something that was distracting. Another interesting tool that's free out there is a website called JotU, and JotU allows you to create location-based text messaging. So you can set up your list of students with their account numbers, and you can set up different messages to send to them if they're within a certain distance of a GPS coordinate. So this could be used for creating some interesting scavenger hunt type projects or geo games, geocaching, where you might not really, the cache might not be an actual thing, but it might be a text message or a message they get. You could use this also if you're taking a field trip somewhere, or if you're taking a class trip to another city, and so for instance, let's say you're taking your students to Paris, you might have it set so that if they're within so many yards of Notre Dame Cathedral, they might get a message saying, make sure to check out the rose window, for instance, and it might encourage them to go in and see that. Or if you're in front of the Eiffel Tower, maybe you text them an interesting factoid about the Eiffel Tower. Cell phones and podcasting. So there's actually two tools that we've used for creating podcasts from cell phones. One is AudioPal, and this we've used in classrooms where you might not everyone might have a cell phone, but some might have cell phones, some might have iPod touches, some might have access to a laptop, and this will allow you to create audio recordings from any number of, either by phone, by text to speech, by a microphone, or by uploading an audio file. You can create a published audio file online. Another one that we've used quite extensively, in Goodhue we used quite extensively, was Gabcast. And Gabcast is strictly with the cell phone or a landline, where you call in and you record your message. You can also video stream, and as I indicated in a previous tech tip, there's a few different web services you can use to video stream from your cell phone. Polling, this is by far one of the most used tools for engaging students with cell phones. With Poll Everywhere, you can create surveys or polls that students can respond to either through a web browser or through sending a text message to Poll Everywhere.